Hey guys, welcome to another session of RBTL, Reading Between the Lines. This one is going to be a short one. Honestly, I didn't have to cover this one, but I was already up making the Aria video. If you wanted to hear my thoughts on Aria, I would have actually posted it before this video. So hopefully you could check it out. Check it out on the YouTube channel, of course. But first things first, let me knock out some of the quick info out of the way. So equipment crafting event, man, another one. I really feel that they're really amping this up. I mean, this could be part of the plan for them to kind of alleviate all that gear RNG, so that players will feel that they're more in a competitive mode, ready for like the Epic 7 World Championship, the RTA tournament. And so this is a good thing. I mean, for people who aren't playing competitively, this is also really good as well. Of course, please. I mean, I see questions like this asked for every streamer almost every single time this event is out. Don't craft left side gear, craft right side gear only, and accessories preferably. All right, I wouldn't even recommend doing a speed boot or anything like that. Even if you say that, oh Jagan, but I struggle, I don't have speed boots. Don't do speed boots. Don't do speed boots. Trust me. When you get to end game, accessories are the hardest thing. All right. So anyways, I mean, I don't want to go into the whole science. I've said this before, but if you're new and you just passed by, you just say, hey, let's hear this guy's thoughts. That's my thoughts, all right? Accessories, always accessories, all right? It's accessories of your choice, okay? I did attack, HP, defense percent, I guess, but attack and HP generally, and crit damage, something like that. So yeah, do that. And then free equip event as well. So very, very nice, just for the weekend. All right, let's get into the main meat of the content. Like I said, I think the big thing to discuss this week would be Aria, and that would be already in my separate video. But World Arena resolution season is starting. So after the maintenance, the season begins. Now I have dabbled into the preseason of World Arena. I'm kind of like on the edge of whether or not I want to do release some of those fights as a video and then commentate on World Arena, mainly on the Frenzy. But I mean, we're gonna get a little slight Frenzy adjustment. If you haven't played preseason World Arena, if you have, you know exactly how it functions at the moment. Yeah, and also we're gonna be fighting the Japanese players this season, right? So it's gonna be the most competitive season. We can definitely guess that during the final selection of the Epic 7 World Championship, for the second one, actually, is it called the World Championship? I think they called it a different name now. But anyways, they're legit, $100,000 USD tournament. We're probably gonna get some Japanese players in there, right? So Japanese players are just as competitive, and they've also got the money. So from what I've seen from some people's specific accounts and builds, it's pretty gross, right? Some of the builds are pretty sick. So I'm excited. This is just way better for Epic 7. Finally, they can join us. Season 6 now. Season 6 of World Arena. So preseason ending, yeah, resolution is ending. Okay, so let me see here. I wanted to talk about what was the Frenzy stuff? Give me a sec. What I wanted to talk about. Yeah, so adjustments, yeah, the entry banner, the lobby, the background change, that's good. I mean, every season they do is super cool. The end of the resolutions that you would earn rewards based on it. Okay, so let's talk about the Made Chloe skin. We probably had the preview on it during that kind of montage video where we saw a preview of Aria and all that stuff, and ML Vivian. She has that kind of pink skin. Honestly, I don't really like the skin. It's not really something that I really like, but I actually like the frame. For this season, I actually like the frame. So I don't know, maybe I'll push Emperor this time. Maybe. The cutoff has also changed. As you can see in the image there, the cutoff preview has also changed. But they also just explain it in the bottom. But I just wanted this to hold on this screen a bit more, just to look at the frames. Now, I personally, probably with practice, I can maybe in the future, very, very forward future, maybe hit Legend, but Emperor for now, because that frame actually looks pretty sexy to me. I actually like that frame. Out of all the ones that they had, I love the color combination. The shape is not the best, but it's also not the worst. It reminds me of I'll say this right now. I'm playing Elden Ring. it reminds me of like armor sets that you can get from Elden Ring or something like that. So it has like a kind of like a medieval fantasy vibe, kind of like Kayron's armor, like kind of scaled armor and stuff like that. So and I like the colors. The colors are not like, you know, that teal, like weird purples everywhere, like doesn't even make sense. This has the kind of like the traditional metallic, but then that blue is kind of like a dragon scale blue or something like that. So very, very cool. Wyvern scale, something like that. You can really feel that it's from like a fantasy game. I like it. So yeah, so if you let's see here. Yeah, so the reward breakdown is all pretty much the same as last season as well. So Masters, the cutoff for the skin if you want the skin, and then you get the conquest points. Now I know this is like a comment, I'm just gonna add this in here just in case devs will catch wind of this video and maybe even watch it, but a lot of people are just saying, hey man, it kind of sucks, we want the conquest points. So especially for the players who are like at master level or only want to hit to masters, they're like, oh, the 2000 conquest points might be good, but I also want the skin. So that I think that area is going to be like the place where it's like people want the conquest points. I do understand from a perspective of perhaps Emperor and Legend, those players probably don't care about the conquest points as much. Like I myself have like, I'm sitting on like what, maybe 60,000 conquest points, and that's just because I'm doing arena and I'm hitting my free flags. But yeah, if you know how I craft and upgrade gear and stuff like that, I don't run out of conquest points, so it's not really a big deal for me. But for those who are complaining and saying that, oh yeah, you know, I kind of want the skin and some conquest points, they're making me have to choose. Let's just say like, okay, sure, maybe dabble a couple conquest points for those. I mean, just like, I mean, I don't think that any previous Legend players, Emperor players will care about those conquest points, but whatever, just putting it out there. So yeah, the frames, let's go down. So Battle Frenzy here. All right, so during the preseason, we had an adjustment, like very like last minute adjustment of the Soul Weavers getting a speed buff, just innate, and they removed the kind of like CR boost after you kill someone. That was just a really weird one. Now, in my opinion, I don't necessarily think that this is still good. I think so originally I disagreed with the disadvantageous element damage mitigation and stuff like that. But after playing it, like, I think this is good. I actually do like this, so I think this is okay. I don't know about the increased speed, because that just means that, like, you know, like, I guess that makes aggro Soul Weavers more usable. So something like Amelia, Singelica, I mean any Soul Weaver, to be honest, it will benefit from the extra 15 speed. So it was 20 before, now it's 15. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I mean, it's good. It's good to have. I didn't think that is necessary. I just didn't even think that they needed to touch the frenzy. But again, after playing a couple rounds in the preseason, I actually do like this. So when attacked by the enemy with a disadvantageous element, damage from the attack with the additional damage received is decreased by 30%. Now, I think the design for this is like, so Rimuru can't one-shot a Hua-Yang with the extra attack. Or sorry, well, it's considered an extra attack, but it's like the fixed damage. So you can't just like one-shot a Hua-Yang. You have 30% damage mitigation, that's without whether it's crit or not, and then you have from the additional damage. So I really feel like that kind of wording was to mitigate Rimuru, so it forces Rimuru back into like that more rock paper scissors game, the elemental advantage disadvantage, because before Rimuru we could just like one shot almost any like fire elemental hero. The way he was. So with this damage mitigation, it will lower the ability to do it. Not saying that he can't do it, he can still do it. 30% decrease from the extra damage, assuming that he has max buff. It's still 7,000 flat damage, so that's quite a lot. But just saying that it will put players into positions like, okay, should I S3 on this fire hero? Do I have enough damage to take it out, right? It will put you in that question, whereas before it's just more of, okay, I have enough buffs, I have the 10 buffs, boom, let's do it, right? So like, this is pretty good, and I do feel that this will force people not to lock themselves into double elements, which will also change up the strategy. And on top of that, you have the double pre-ban, if you have 2 players who are champion or higher. So as you can see here, when both players are champion league or higher, they're able to select 2 pre-ban. Alright, so this is going to be, I think, what will make RTA more competitive again. And to be honest, I do feel at the moment, outside of like still having the first picks being super strong and being highly contested for, so C. Lilius, ML Cowrick, Piera, these 3 I would say are like, and Hua Yang and A. Robbie, maybe these 5 are probably some of the top 5 first picks. Rimru first picks are going to struggle a bit again. Like he's still really strong. I've first picked him or second picked him or something like that. But like you again, you have a handful of like, you know, like top picks, but with the double pre-ban, with the new frenzy change, we're gonna see some pretty competitive play, I think. It's definitely the way I've experienced it so far. We got the meta heroes, but like after the first and second picks, you're really drafting to counter. You're not drafting because meta. That's how I feel, at least for preseason. So we'll see how it will be during the 3-4 months of the resolution season. All right. They've also changed a couple of the ways of the matchmaking. So the matchmaking is going to be a bit adjusted, including the points. So for those who actually like kept up with how this worked, this is I don't feel this reflects what's actually happening though. Like I've been getting like, oh, I guess it's additive. I guess if you're in like gold and you beat a champion, you add this to this. I guess that's how it works. But either way, if we were looking at straight numbers, then it doesn't really match what I've seen. But regardless, it is being adjusted. So you are not fluctuating, it would seem, not fluctuating as high. So you're not getting as many points, and you're losing less points. So you're not like constantly just fluctuating up and down. You're gonna hold your position quite well. This is going to be a bit better in terms of limiting the cutoff, having like, you know, like a 4,000 point cutoff or something like that. It's going to help reduce that, I believe. The cutoff has been changed, like I mentioned above with the image. The cutoff has been changed to 600 more points, but let's be honest, honestly, for Emperor pushers and Legend pushers, these numbers won't mean much, especially near season end. That won't really mean much. We're surpassing this for sure. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be the cutoff with the you know, top 100 for Legend and the top 1000 for the Emperor. That's all that we're gonna be caring about. And then Champion is slightly higher. So for those who only wanted to make it to Champion, you just gotta put in a couple more games this season, and same for Challenger as well. New chapter, don't want to really talk about this, although I should start farming this now, because we're getting molas and stuff like that from it, and I'm running out, so I got a couple chapters to do. Let's see, anything else here? So Covenant coins, ML coins. So Solitaria is very strong right now, very strong. I've been using her since the end of last season, and then in the entire preseason I've used her a lot. She's very strong. So if you don't have her and you have the coins, I think you could pick her up, unless you're missing something else better. But Solitaria is very strong. Solitaria might be pretty good against Arya as well, so just keep that in mind. If your Solitaria is fast, but regardless, that's not what I'm talking about here. Anything else? Book of Memories, I don't really care about this. Oh yeah, this is pretty good too. So the Ancient Inheritance, some of the gear, as you can see here, will be added to the member shop, purchasable once per account. So that's really saying that if you already have it, then you probably won't be able to get it, but this is nice to have just in case like guilds miss it. So like after, I guess this would be how it functions, after a couple weeks after the Ancient Inheritance event, some of the items will be available for the players in case that guild couldn't get to it, I guess, like floors 3 to 4, that is. So it will now be possible to purchase multiple elemental summon bookmarks at once in the member shop. Yeah, I think that's another news is that they're lowering the difficulty of the guild weekly challenges, because those rewards are really darn good, and honestly, like, unless all of your guildmates do every single one of those missions, it's pretty hard to get all of the rewards, but they're lowering the requirements for it. That it's gonna almost be like about 20%, 30% more efficient. So yeah, so all in all, good changes coming around the corner. But I think that's gonna be it for this one. I'm gonna keep this one short, 15 minutes. That's actually a very good record. I'm gonna end this for the video recording. Again, if you wanted to check out my thoughts on Aria, it will be on YouTube. I know that for sure because I'll be uploading that first. But I'm gonna end this for the video recording. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. If you want to see more content from me, I started a new YouTube channel dedicated to uploading my stream VODs called Casual Face Roll. Currently doing an in-depth playthrough of Elden Ring with over 30 hours of content so far. Oh, what the frick? You piece of stupid ball! Okay, you can't let him have momentum. Oh, shoot! I got killed by a ball? A couple slimes. Although they are protecting treasure. Oh my goodness, there's way too many. Is this what? What? How? Arcade. Was this? It's that ball! The ball is there! He's coming! So if you want to see more, consider subscribing. Thanks.